Welcome to the second dungeon, the Wing Dungeon. The unspectacularly named Wing Dungeon.
I wonder what we'll get here.
Just tear the wings off the owl statue.
Spoilers, it's a can of Red Bull.
Oh, great.
That shield you spent good money on, finally getting put to use.
For the first and perhaps the last time.
Yeah, it's not much use for the shield in this game.
Nah, as far as I could tell, it's probably the only way to flip those guys over.
Do you remember the block pushing from the first dungeon? Because now it's a little harder.
Now it's a little trickier. We need to do sort of a loop in order to get the red on top.
Yeah, so you want to remember that technique because they get used quite a lot. And that's your way of shifting the color.
One thing I do like about the robes, the second you're either directly vertical or horizontal from them, they rush at you, so you don't really need to chase after them.
Right, as long as you're ready, if you're not expecting them. Yeah, mystery seeds do nothing to the anti-fairies. Sad.
Which is too bad. Because didn't the powder in Link to the Past turn them into fairies?
Yes, it did. It was great.
I missed that. There's some later dungeons which get pretty tough, and these guys come along, and I think I could really use some extra health right now.
There is a thing that kills them, but I don't think it's in this game. It'd be in Seasons.
Well, I have something to look forward to, I guess.
30 parts from now.
Hooray.
And since this dungeon exists in the past, you get all the cool past treasure chests in it.
Still can't quite tell what it's supposed to look like. Because it doesn't really look like the top of a box.
No.
It's like it's made out of paper.
Yeah, it's just supposed to look generically archaic, I guess. Whatever that means.
Ignoring you, no you don't! Haha.
Smooth.
See, this is another case. Just let them come to me. If they even notice me.
Please notice me.
Or not.
Notice me, Snake Pie. You didn't want to get that chest?
I'm sure I'll come back for it.
So this is, if you've played Link's Awakening and the other Oracle game, whatever, these 2D sections are pretty neat. I always liked their inclusion.
Gets a little tense there, because you can't drop directly down. You sort of drop at an angle like that.
Right. You have to learn how to... It gives you a different dynamic of movement, which I thought was pretty cool. And there's Mario enemies. I mean, come on. So Wing Dungeon doesn't really throw anything crazy at you. It's more of a, okay, if you remember everything from the first dungeon, you kind of do it again here a little bit, and we're going to make it just a little bit harder for you, but not too bad.
I love how proud of himself he looks.
Where are you going?
A little weird when you dismount from those. Link immediately just does a front flip.
It's Majora's Mask Link all over again. He's got to flip off of everything.
Well, by this point, well, McFly, in this case, he's a little more experienced.
Hey, did you know this compass has an extra feature? Oh, right.
No, not anymore, it doesn't. I can't get in, there we go.
And now the minecarts. There's actually a lot of minecarts in this game. It's really strange.
That was basic, we don't need to do anything on that. But in later parts of it, we will need to finagle its route. Despite how he looks, this is a really basic mini-boss. Just wait for him to land and then attack him. But if you stand in the middle, he knocks open an opening, And if you fall down there, you go into the lower level and you need to restart the fight. But if you go around on this border, he can't knock a hole into there.
Right, they didn't want to make the arena impossible. But if you're bad enough for him to knock out every floor tile, I don't know.
The tool-assisted slow run.
I'm working on one of those. It's been so long. I'm a million frames in and haven't even talked to Impa yet.
Well, I mean, like, by that point, you're just leaving the game running and you've walked away. You've probably even moved by now.
Part of me wishes you could pick this boss up when he rolls up in a ball and just hurl him against the wall for damage.
Yeah, it feels like you're supposed to. I'm probably thinking of another mini-boss.
You're thinking of the giant Poe from Wind Waker.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, Form 2, he does 2 bounces.
In Form 3, he does 3 bounces. And he does them faster. Still not enough.
You want to teleport on that hole?
That looks like a trap. This is actually the hole you would have fallen into. I was messing around there because I thought there might be something there, and then eventually I realized, oh, that's just where you end up.
Nothing.
Ah. Are those guys still technically anti-fairies?
I think so. I'm not sure if they have a different name or not. Different form. I know these guys are some other kind of Stalfos.
Stall priest. God damn it.
Stall snipers. If only you could jump over there.
Well, if I could jump, I could just avoid them. But that also works. Now I just need to be careful and not try to move diagonally.
It's more enemies teasing you that you can't have a bow.
Honestly, I kind of like what we get in this game a little better than the bow.
Oh, yeah. I do like the way that this game and Seasons handled ranged weaponry.
Oh no!
Gotta get that hint.
Freeze frame, dead.
Worth it.
The music sounds kind of bored.
Yeah, I'm not too enthused by the Wing Dungeon theme. I know this game has a lot of great music, but the Wing Dungeon seemed to fall flat. And hey, look at that!
We got the Rock's Feather, we can finally jump.
Which makes total sense.
McFly's legs are just atrophied to hell. He really needs this. And the game has plenty of puzzles involving it. In this case, when you jump over these panels, the color changes.
So whenever I pick up the feather in any of these 2D Game Boy Zelda games, it pretty much never leaves my alternate slot. I'm always feather sword. That's pretty much my setup for the entire game, until I need a tool.
First switch puzzle. Just activate the switch. That redirects the track so you can get off, and then we can find wherever we need to go in order. Well, actually... No, I'm thinking of something else. What we need in order to get past that stoplight is actually right there. I'm just checking the secret room. Which isn't technically a secret room, because you can actually see it.
So, are you ready to push some more blocks?
I'm always ready.
You remember, boys and girls, that red means stop, yellow means caution, and what color means go?
Blue in this case.
Right.
Might be how it is in Japan. That's such a nice sound.
The little, hey, there's a key in this room jingle.
I somehow messed it up. Can I fix this? Yes, I can.
Yeah, as long as you remember that if you land on it, it'll only change that one.
Yeah. You could jump over it or land right on it. Both work.
And this is a new thing in these, is the little key pyramid thing.
Which I always thought was strange.
Yeah, it's basically a door. Whoa, nope, guess we're not doing that room.
Just avoid the bats. I said avoid the bats. Okay.
Oh, bye, Rupee.
I'll make more. Nope.
There are so many minigames in this game. You haven't even seen... I mean, there's a whole area later that's pretty much minigame central. Of course, by then, money is worthless. As in most Zelda games.
There's always at least 1 point. Hey, look what I stole from you. Okay, bye. Now this room is slightly garbage.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually a pot-moving puzzle. I'm just getting rid of the enemies first. It's yet another switch you need to stand on. And, and as you can see, I had some trouble with the enemies.
3 hours later.
You need to use both the Power Bracelet and the Rock's Feather in tandem. That right there is the only place you want that pot up against the wall, because otherwise you're not able to move it.
Yeah, you gotta reset the room.
And I apologize for the beeping.
Which means you're playing life on the edge. It's a challenge run. Oh, this room. Here we go.
This is kind of a clever room. The color of that square signifies which of these blocks you can actually move.
Beyond that, it's a simple puzzle. I said simple puzzle.
I had some trouble otherwise, because of course I did.
Yeah, all you're trying to do is recreate what's on the other side. All for a key.
Key is currency. Of a sort.
Yet another gimmick introduced in this dungeon that we'll see a bunch of.
This is a funny little room. There are these little chews that are the same color as the floor, so you need to change the color and kill them before they change color back again.
Right. So the pro strat is to jump twice and change the color twice, which makes the room freak out just a little bit longer, and it gives you a little more time.
Also a good place to get your health back.
Right. The little chews almost always drop hearts. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that's 100% drop rate.
It's at least 90%, from what I've noticed. Nope.
You could have jumped.
I didn't know that yet.
Fly!
Use your namesake.
Oh boy, I bet you're ready for a boss that dislikes smoke. Is it a Dodongo?
I wish. I probably would have enjoyed the Dodongo more.
Yeah, this boss is kind of dumb. I don't like it.
It's a face block flower. So the gimmick with this, we need to throw a bomb into its top. We want the bomb to enter it when it's on that red face, that terrified red face, because that's the only face that will cause damage. The rest of them will just do different attacks. I could get onto those moving platforms, but that just puts me into more danger of getting caught with those fire blasts. And also it actually makes it a lot harder to throw a bomb in there. The best place I found is just to stand at the very edge of this platform.
Yeah, that's usually the best way to do it.
green head, he just stands there and shoots out more fire.
Yeah, each head does something different if you try to blow it up.
I didn't get them all in this take, which is the successful take, but we will cut back to a previous take to see some different ones. Also very kindly, the red face, along with doing damage, drops another heart.
No whammies, no whammies. All right.
Yep, thankfully it's very kind. It will always land on the head in which you threw the bomb. It doesn't fiddle around with it. That was effective. And here, like I said, going back to a previous take to show off some of the different attacks this thing will do. Not sure the requirement for it to actually try to aim at me. Like, completely use up our red potion.
Use a fairy. Or, that's right, it's red potion in this game.
You can tell it's the previous take, because I still think this is a good idea.
I don't think I've ever fallen inside of it like that. It's funny. I'm surprised it doesn't swallow you up. That'd be a funny little gimmick if they did that.
You say funny. Nope.
So one trick I found to be a really good way to almost guarantee you always get a bomb is to fall off and throw the bomb at the same time.
You probably would do it.
You actually did it earlier.
So that wasn't a danger at all, but it feels like the further into the fight you get, the blue face's little fireball, leaf shield, whatever that was, it seems to stretch out further.
Mm-hmm.
Such as at this point.
Yeah.
And look at that, a full heart of damage.
Doll.
And now back to the successful take.
McFly, something's gotta be done about your lives.
Probably would have been nicer if they sped up that bit.
Yeah. He does speed up the pre-bombing, though, which makes it a little more difficult. You just have to time it right. I think at first, if you throw it when you're 2 colors ahead of red, you get it in. Or 1 color ahead of red, and then the other ones, once it gets faster, you do it 2 colors.
I didn't mean to do that.
Little bomb celebration.
Destroy his room in revenge.
You got the Pine Tree Air Freshener. An essence of time.
Your time smells great.
Your vehicle will smell piney fresh. Hang in your DeLorean, McFly.
And now the building crumbles on me.
So this is kind of nifty. When you're in the past, the tree throws different things in the wind. It's just little seeds.
Oh, that's what those are. They're like dead leaves. Let's see what's over here, now that I have the Rock's Feather. Feels like this location only really serves one purpose, at least right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. I hope we get something good.
I knew it. Just smash her with the rock before she lands.
Oh, good. Can replenish your red potion you used up. Or there's a gaseous seed. Which one will you go for?
She can have the gaseous seed. I know what I need. Though I ended up seeing her so many times, I probably could have just gotten the gaseous seed and within the next part gotten another red potion.
She actually drops seeds more commonly than potion, I think, so you're good. It's when she drops a piece of heart and it lands right next to her and you know she's gonna grab it before you can get it, just as painful.
Speaking of which,
good job.
the annoying thing with trying to jump with the Rock's Feather is if you're like 2 pixels off of the edge of the platform, you slide off. That looks fun to climb.
Yeah.
It's not too far into the future.
Right. There are only certain screens that the witch will appear on, and that screen right there is one of them.
She could turn up in some really inconvenient places. There's at least one place where I find her later, which there's a building right in the middle of it, and there's no way you can get anything in that building.
That was a bad prize. Alright, so our next step is to go off to sea.
Yep. I like how the game sort of railroads you in that you can't access the place you need to go until you've gotten the dungeon item from the previous place.
Exactly. Look, there's 2 different kinds of water. I wonder if that will play into anything.
All I know is I can't swim anyway.
McFly fears water.
His name's not McSwim.
Right. Marty McSwim is dumb. Marty McFly is fly.
Marty McSwim is all wet. We should stop before it gets worse.
Nope.